Well, good evening and welcome back to our continuing coverage of the India-Australia third test match being played at Sydney, day 2. India, in fact, at 96, having lost both its openers, Rohit Sharma and Shubman Gill. Now, this after Australia were bowled out for 338. India are still, over 250 runs behind. So now it remains to be seen how India performs tomorrow. I have with me sports editor Mr. Rohit Mahajan for more on this. Rohit, day 2. What do you believe? Who has an upper hand now?
Well, it's extremely difficult to say. I would not go out on a limb and say that India is on top or who has an advantage here, because 242 runs behind and 8 wickets in hand. It's a very tricky position. Right. And if we don't have a couple of big partnerships, we could well end up conceding a big lead. And if we have a few good partnerships, we can get a good lead. So It's very difficult to say right now who's on top. But overall, I think India, in the context of the series, in the context of what happened in the previous games, lose any more wickets in the first 2 sessions tomorrow. And tomorrow will be in a better position to say who's on top.
And also restricting Australia to 338, do you think quite a reasonable performance, or they could have restricted them below 300?
Yeah, again, I think Australia lost 7 wickets for about 100 odd runs. And that's a very good performance after being 232 for 3, I think. Right. So, and then being restricting them to 338. I think it's a good performance. They would be happy with that. And again, they could have kept them to a lower score, but a batsman of Stephen Smith's quality, it's very difficult to deny him. He's a fantastic batsman. He can change the rate of scoring at will, and which he did later in the innings. So he was attacking through the innings, and then finally towards the end he scored a few quick runs, and Stark also scored some important runs.
Also, speaking about performance of Shubman Gill, he seems to be coming of age. He scored a 50. He could have gone on to score more. But nonetheless, take us through his performance today. How would you rate his innings today?
Yeah, I think he's very impressive. I think some of the shots he played, a pull-off Stark, another pull-off, I think Hazelwood, and a couple of tries, and another of both fast bowlers and spinners. I think it was very impressive. And again, the way he was dismissed was unfortunate. He pushed at a ball which he could have left, and again, very good catch at Gully, I think. So overall, a very, very impressive performance yet again by a 21-year-old playing only his second test. So I think we can expect some good innings from him in the future, and maybe a long career for India.
Also, Rohit Sharma, he began well, seemed to be quite in touch, but couldn't score much. Do you think, he is back in his usual self? Though he has scored just 20 odd runs, he lacks match practice, but seemed to be quite a flow.
Yeah. You know what the problem with Rohit is, that sometimes he seems to be in a very good touch, and then he gets dismissed in a very innocuous manner. Right. The way it happened today. Stupid cotton ball dismissal after playing so well, after hitting, I think, line for a 6 and Hazelwood for a very good pull shot. And he seemed in control, and he got a reprieve also. He was not out, and as was proven by the DRS system. Right. But again, he would be very disappointed with the way he was dismissed. It was not a great ball. It was his error which cost him his wicket, having done so much good work and so much hard work before that. So yes, very disappointing, I think.
Also, talking about spinners, Ashwin again disappointing, but Jadeja coming up with 3 wickets.
Yeah, very impressive. Again, some of his dismissals, I think Cummins, that was a very good ball he bowled to Cummins, a full ball, and so impressive in the field as a fielder also, as always. Though he got Smith, was amazing. And Smith dived full length, and yet that fantastic direct hit from and Jadeja, after he had sprinted at full speed to the ball, picked it up and thrown it. That was spectacular. He's clearly the best fielder in the world, and I think he has shown yet again in this series that he's, I think, maturing as an all-rounder.
Right.
In the earlier part of his career, he was mainly a bowling all-rounder. Now he is contributing with the bat as well more regularly, and a fantastic fielder. I think he's a great asset for the team.
Okay. And looking ahead, Cheteshwar Pujara hasn't scored much in this series. Time for him to come up with some runs?
Yeah, definitely. Maybe he's due for a big score, and this is probably the right time for him to come good and get a good score. And make sure that India don't lose this match, that they ideally get a big lead, at least 100 runs, and before that don't concede a lead. So tomorrow, first session, these two batsmen, I think they have a lot of responsibility on their shoulders.
Right. Thank you so much, Rohit. So there you have a lot of responsibility on Ajinkya Rahane and Cheteshwar Pujara. Tomorrow, third day, first two sessions going to be very crucial. The match is evenly poised. Now, tomorrow's two session would be crucial, as Rohit mentioned. So we'll have to wait and watch how these two batsmen, overnight batsmen, the captain Ajinkya Rahane will play tomorrow. We'll provide you all the updates. We'll keep on providing you analysis, as Rohit Mahajan will be providing you an expert analysis on the cricket test match, this third and important and crucial test match between India and Australia. We'll provide you all the updates and expert analysis. You can also log on to our website, tribuneindia.com, and also follow us on our other social media platforms. Thanks for watching.